All right. We are going to do another preview video now for the last round of the group stages coming up. But best of 3 games, obviously, to decide who's going to be going home and who's going to be continuing to the quarterfinals. So predictions. Moses, this time you're in charge of reading out the teams. Obviously, I can't do that. So.
Yeah, you are. That is unreal. So first matchup for tomorrow will be Tyloo versus Luminosity. Anyone? Any takers are going first?
Bitches.
Talk. I'll take point on this one. Tyloo are going to lose horribly. I was trying to throw a curveball there a little bit. You know, Tyloo are going to win over Luminosity, over the major champions, the Chinese team coming in, right? This is what everybody's always talking about, right? Who keeps saying that? The elephant in the room, you know, Chinese teams, Korean teams are going to come in and dominate the CS scene. Not yet.
Not yet. Everyone does seem to be scared of that. And does anyone raise a hand to disagree with that? I feel like there's not much talking about here.
Really. I mean, yeah, that's going to be savagery.
Right. Well, let's move on then.
Second matchup is going to be CLG versus Godsend. Your boy Palf, so why don't you take point?
See, you know, obviously, it's going to be a little bit tricky because really CLG should be winning this. But I've got to double down on Palf here. I'm backing him so far.
Your heart was so shattered today, wasn't it? Between CLG and Astralis, you have nothing left in the tank. It's just a gaping hole of where your heart was.
Yeah. You think that Schneider's going to out-op JDM, man?
Didn't I call Dignitas to be Astralis?
You just said the Danish would win that matchup. Get out of here.
No. I ended up calling it as well. I called it before the game went live over this as well.
All right.
Easy.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, no, I've got Godsend to make it through.
I don't think Godsend's going to make it through, but I do think that will actually be one of the closest games. Like, if you look at the firepower on CLG and Godsend doesn't lack like skilled players compared to CLG, so I think that'll be fine. But I think CLG is a better team and they have a better map pool, so that should be enough to win, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's like Schneider and Twist basically are the 2 guys who've stood out for me today, and we're gonna have to stand out tomorrow in the best of 3 through an entire best of 3. Pronax obviously had the calls, but those guys are like the key firepower for Godsend. If they don't turn up, I mean, Cutler, we saw some big plays from him today. Tarek seems to be hitting a good form, and JDM, you just seem to be able to count on him right now for CLG. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that CLG have more firepower, so they should be able to pull through.
Yeah, God save me, I'm going for CLG as well.
Oh, the curse.
Mother have mercy.
The curse.
Mother
How many
have
times
mercy.
have you sided with them and they've lost, Moses? You were telling me this morning.
I know.
Easy win for me then.
Well, I figure, yeah, I don't know. Let's just roll the dice with that one. All right, next matchup is going to be NIP versus Astralis.
All right. More time
I don't know where all the hype is that this is going to be some super awesome game. I don't even know what the hype is about NIP. Great, wicked. They didn't make it out of groups. I am kind of well, that's sick then. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Oh, they won a game that didn't matter. Oh, excellent. Yeah, cool. When do any of the accomplishments start? Like, okay, they played all right with Threat at the major. Hith looks crap. So I'm taking Astralis to win this. I don't care if it's 3 maps. They'll win this series. I'm not worried.
Every time I pick Astralis to do anything, they seem to fail. They're my version of CLG at this point. But yeah, I have to do it. There has to be some sort of historic justice here in finally it being Astralis' turn to knock NIP out of the tournament. So yeah.
One thing that will be interesting about that series, though, is I'm almost certain, especially after today, that NIP already were going to choose Cash, because the ban obviously is usually Cobblestone from the Astralis guys. So that's my only question: is will Astralis switch it up and try to force Nip to pick Cobblestone, which isn't necessarily something they want to pick, or will they leave Cash open, in which case I'm pretty sure Nip will pick Cash. They at least have a chance on that map, but otherwise every other map I'm going to give Astralis.
Is there any kind of like? Is there any reason to go back and look at that game in Cluj where they ran into each other and Nip ended up winning for some freak? That really seemed like a freak win.
That was that train match that Freiburg just went like nuts on. Like he like space jammed like force and got right.
Just leave that out of the context here.
And that was a major, so it's a different context. I mean, for a start, it was a stadium game. All sorts of reasons. Additionally, as to why you chose choke if you're the device.
All right, so everybody for Astralis then? No,
I think it's pretty clear. I mean, even if NIP come out with some crazy strat like, you know, Cobblestone, the smoke strategy that we saw there, something along those lines, I don't think that's going to be enough to be able to rock, you know, a team of Astralis' caliber. No. I still feel like there's way too much shakiness on the individual performance, you know, that we see from NIP for them to be able to actually, you know, one-up Astralis. Freiburg tried a little bit in this tournament. I mean, we've seen some decent performances from him, but I don't think that's going to be enough when you've got the likes of Device, Dupree, Cajun waiting for him.
All right, next match is...
Well, I was actually going to say NIP, but let's not worry about that. Let's just move on.
Really?
Obviously, now you have to explain why.
Yeah. Thanks, Moses.
No, I'm actually a little bit more worried for Astralis' level that I've seen them in. Even yesterday when they won their match, they just haven't looked like that dominant Astralis in the group stage. They got ran over by Dignitas. Now, granted, so did NIP. But I just think that NIP is going to come in with a better level tomorrow. I have a lot of faith in Forrest and Getright, the 2 stars, to be able to carry him through that series. I think it could be definitely close. I'm just not confident in Astralis right now.
All right, fair enough.
And I'm going to pull the ender saying, "Oh, someone has to vote for
Someone
me."
has to go for
As
it.
Blade said, some motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill.
There you go, man. All right, Envious, Tempo, the last best of 3. Moses, you want to start us off with this one?
Yeah, I'm going to take. Oh my God, I think this is going to be a really sick series, actually. But I'm going to go with the Brazilians again. I think Envy is just like. I think they're so close to just crumbling right now. I think they were very fortunate to get out today. And I think Tempo Storm, they've already beat them on 1 map, but I think very much that comeback yesterday against Tempo Storm was so uncharacteristic of a team that has all the struggles that they do in terms of in-game leadership, in terms of just their 5-man roster does not seem that solid. I'm very surprised they didn't just fold in that matchup. So I don't think they'll be able to keep up that kind of a pace or those comebacks in a best-of-3 series.
Yeah, I've got the same fear. I fear there's going to be some Frenchmen being guillotined with the face looking up, seeing the blade coming down and everything. I'm really worried about Envy.
Oh, we just got so dark.
That blade is already on the way down, man. It's been for a while. It's basically just like the complete and utter destruction of the French scene is what we're seeing, and from the rubble, we might actually have, once again, a top-tier team make it out. But right now, Envy is not that top-tier team.
I feel like that guillotine is going to come down no matter what happens in this tournament for Envy. I feel like that's already been started.
The guillotine comes down for us all in the end, Moses. It's just a case of when.
That's
Jesus Christ.
we're ending this dark because that's going to
Oh,
be.
the thing is, I'm actually going to take Tempo Storm in that one, just because
Yeah.
the one factor about Envious, okay, the reason I always have a hard time predicting against them is I look at their team and I go, oh, it takes like one guy on this team to do well, and they can win a series. They've got that level of talent in their lineup. But after watching this series and then thinking of the recent series they've lost in the other tournaments as well, this is one of the only teams where I'll actually finally take like an external factor in the equation. Usually I just look at the matchup and how I think the form is, but actually this is a team that beats themselves. So if even they don't have any confidence in themselves, if they're willing to just like give up when they're losing a game, it's hard to pick a team like that to win the best of 3. So I think Tempo Storm are overrated. That's why I picked against them today with Virtus Pro, but I think they can certainly win a best of 3. Like at the moment, Envious could win a map, but can they hold it together for 2 out of 3? I'll say no for now.
All right. Well, anyone disagree with that? I've got Tempo as well.
Yeah, I'm on the Tempo
Everyone
train as
on the
well.
Tempo train. All right.
I'm going to get shanked at the hotel by all the Frenchies. They're going to be waiting at me, waiting for me with
Waiting
the
for
bar.
the upload.
Exactly. But,
More French casualties.
There you go, man. I'm the traitor now, apparently. MBK dubbed me that, so there
You
we
gotta
go.
be used to that. You've switched between like 3 allegiances over the years.
Well, yeah, I do that all the time, so I think they're used to it by now. All right. See you guys tomorrow.